Notification volume 0%.
Good afternoon, and I am Blind Prime, and what you are watching is Blindformers, Episode 5, Transformers War for Cybertron Earthrise Sunstreaker How To. Now, before you, if you don't know where you are, by the way, this is Blindformers, and I am the Blind Prime, and this is a channel dedicated to instructing people of visual impairness, or those of you who like to close your eyes and have an extra challenge on life, how to transform Transformers. So I figured I have such difficulty with it sometimes, and I have a person sighted nearby who can always help by reading the instructions, but not everybody is as lucky as me, and I figured I'd help y'all out. Now, here we have Sunstreaker. Now, Sunstreaker is a fun Transformer. He doesn't like Earth, but he does love its cars. He doesn't like dirt. He doesn't like humans because they're dirty. He is there's a word for it that he is, and he likes being back in the early 2000s we'd call him a metro because he enjoys looking swell. Yeah, so I gave him this I cut out a little bit of a chamois cloth and put it in his hand because, you know, like a guy with his hairdo and a comb, I feel like Sunstreaker requires a chamois cloth on hand at all times, so he can just, you know, wipe off the dirt or the excess oil from a Decepticon he just bludgeoned. You know, he's always got to look good right afterwards. He is the definition of that action hero that always walks out of the fray still looking like he just had a shower and cleaned up. Now, talk about his posability for a moment because I think he's cool. His other thing is that he is a martial artist in the comics, and he knows some crazy awesome, you know, Transformer stuff. But due to the way the figure's made, and it's got a very nice center of gravity balance point, and you can actually do quite a few cool things with him, like have him tilted all the way sideways. Now, it's going to be a bit of a support for a second, but we bring in Decepticon Mirage. Decepticon Mirage is all like, I've come here to take you out. And Sunstreaker's all like, you've betrayed us, Mirage! Huffer was right! And now he can... There it is. Look at that. Took them both down. That was a bad explanation on his way. Maybe I did something wrong. This guy's so crazy with his abilities that you can mess him up sometimes. Maybe the leg. There we go. There we go. A little bit higher. Yeah. Where are you at now, Mirage? I did it right this time. Okay. Just boom. Yeah, how do you like that, Mirage? Use your hammer now. He's using his legs. That's so much more reach than your stupid little hammer. Alright, we're going to move away from that now. Let's talk about him and his height and get to the transformation. Gonna screw everything up by playing with him. Alright, here we go. Line him down. He comes with one more accessory. I mean, other than the homemade sham cloth, he comes with this cool little backpack that's a jetpack. I sometimes put it on Sideswipe, but it just kind of hangs out on Sunstreaker mostly. Now, bring up this thing. As you can tell by the top of his shoulder pauldrons, he is 18 Lego studs tall. That's pretty cool. 18 Lego studs. Now, not a very short guy, neither is he very tall, but in robot mode he has 1, 2, let's see, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then counting the one on his back is 9. This guy has 9 siege ports on him. He's lost the traditional siege port on the side of the leg, which would have brought him up to 11, but for the most part, he's doing pretty cool. His siege ports are a little awkward. All right. Now let's get to your transformation, dear sir. Yeah, you want to be your car again? Yeah, you like your car, don't you? You like your car mode. Sunstreaker always likes his car mode. That's where he picks up the chicks. Or the fembots? Fembots, like Bender would say. All right, let's first off work on his legs, because his legs are really the fun part here. Now, if you flip him face down on your table, you'll see his hips, not his hips, his heels actually fold up into the backs of his legs. And this leaves space for his entire foot assembly to fold up into the back of his leg, making a tip to the car, making it very sleek. All right, now that that's done, you want to then move his arms so that they are facing up, like, he's got his hands up. Prowl's caught him, sneaking out with more turtle wax than he should have. So we can then take his legs, and if you grab the leg with the wheel, and you put you put the wheel in one hand by grabbing that part of the leg, and then with the other hand, you put your finger on the hip at the thigh. And what you want to do is you want to pull up on the leg part while pushing down on the thigh. And you'll feel a click occur as it comes unclicked from wherever, from its ports that it was plugged into, thus allowing the leg to move freely. And if you notice, there was some negative space in that spot with his lower leg. There was a bit of negative in there. Well, that negative is because of transformation, as when you make it into car mode, his hip folds perfectly into that spot. Now, line up the little bumps and all of the little clips on the inside of his little leg area to clip his front car pieces together. It's a soft click right now because there's still more to be done with this guy, and he does not like staying put. Do you? No. No, you like getting out there. You've got a show to go to. Now, grab the newly assembled front half of the car, which used to be the legs, and spin it 180 degrees on the waist axis. Now that you've done that, you want to unpin the top of his car mode from his chest, and it folds down on a bar hinge to land perfectly in the center of the two legs you just transformed. Now, you take that and you clip it down in there, and suddenly your front half of your car is looking sweet. There we go. Now, for his arms, now that you come across another problem, that the top of the car is hinged into the legs quite nicely. You've got a front of a car. Well, take that front of the car in one hand and take the top of the robot mode with the arms and the head in the other hand, and then spin the robot mode top 180 degrees to line up with the roof of the car. So after you do that, it's spun 180 degrees and everything kind of lines up there. You want to take the arms as they're pointed towards the sky, reach for the skies, sucker, and fold them down into some negative spaces. Make sure the wheels are facing down where the other wheels are. And after that, his arms are clipped in place. He's still reaching for the sky. You want to flip him over once more where his roof is in your hand and his belly of the car is facing upwards. Take the head and fold it downwards into that square bit of negative space that you can find with your finger. There you go. Now, take his hands and fold each of his hands into his forearms. Then take those forearms, and this will take a little bit of finicking to find the right way to twist them. But once you do, they will fold downwards, and you can use the texture of the car with your fingers to figure out if you have indeed transformed everything correctly, because it should all slide in quite well. Now, there you go. You'll have a nice little Lamborghini. Oh no, where'd your chamois cloth go? I dropped it. Oh, there it is. Cool. Now, take his rocket pack here. First off, I'm going to put a chamois cloth across the back two ports that he has. Well, before that, let's get into this guy before I start putting the accessories back on him. Right? I'm getting ahead of myself, aren't I? So, we have Sunstreaker here. First off, let's measure him, because he is a rad little car. we get a measurement of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. He loses a stud. Let me double check that because the car moved. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Oh, 14. The car moved by like 3 studs while I was measuring it. My bad. So 14. That's a nice size vehicle. Now, the car mode has, sadly, only 3 siege ports. But as Earthrise things go, 3 siege ports isn't bad. It's rare to get siege ports in the Earthrise vehicles. Now, of course, to put it back together, I just like to take the chamois cloth and put it over the siege ports on his back bumper, and then I can take the rocket pack here and I can shove it there. The chamois cloth will try to fall out, but you can just kind of shove it in there and it'll sit nicely. There you go. So there's the Sunstreaker. Now let me see if I can find an Autobot car to measure him up with. Let's see what we got here. We got your brother. Do we got your brother? Where's your brother at? No, I don't want you, Cliff Jumper. I don't have your brother, but I do have your brother's mate when it comes to molds. So this is Red Alert. We can take a look and see, and he is just a bit longer than Red Alert. That's pretty cool. Now, interesting thing about Siege Earthrise, Sunstreaker, Earthrise Sunstreaker here, is that he is a cool little blending of the wheeljack mold and the sideswipe mold. It seems as though somebody tried to take both of the best parts of the molds and add them together into one mold. And I have to say, it works very nicely. And it is really unique if you manage to get a hold of a Siege Sideswipe and an Earthrise Wheeljack molds and a Earthrise Sunstreaker mold. You can play with all 3 together and actually see for yourself the unique ways they have moved the transformations between the units. But anyway, guys, I think that's enough time for today. And once again, I am the Blind Prime, and you are watching Blindformers. And if you wouldn't mind, please hit that like doodle and subscribe. I'd be much appreciated. Thank you, guys. Y'all have a great day, and I hope you're doing well. Bye-bye.